Today we're talking pro audio with none other than with one of the brands that arguably pioneered the category. That's right, we're talking Orion Car Audio. We've got their product expert Gabe in the studio with us today to break down the latest offerings for pro audio enthusiasts. This is CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM, all about Orion Pro Audio. And it starts now. What's going on, guys, and welcome to another CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu, and you are locked into CMA Networks, where we talk all things mobile electronics from top to bottom. And on today's episode, we're talking pro audio with Orion Car Audio. Joining me today is their product expert, Gabriel. Gabe is in the studio. Gabe, what can we expect to discuss on today's Connected?
Hey, Ben, Gabriel. Hey, Ben, really excited to be here. Today we're going to talk about the HCCA Pro drivers, the XTR Pro drivers as well. We have some XTR Pro amplifiers and some HCCA special tweeters.
Wow, Gabe, that sounds like a lot of new product to talk about. But first, we got to give it over to our partner, SiriusXM, to remind you why it's always an easy add-on sale. And when we come back, we're talking pro audio with Orion Car Audio. We'll be right back.
Hey, Paul here with SiriusXM, and I'd like to talk to you about attachment selling and why the SiriusXM product is one of the best things to add, especially since we don't trade dollars with any other category. I could go through all of this, but let's hear what some of our dealers have to say.
It's an easy add-on that takes, 10, 15 minutes if we're running an antenna, 1 minute if we've got an adapter to plug it into the factory SiriusXM antenna, and it's extra money, so no brainer.
I present it to every customer because a lot of customers don't know what all they can do with Sirius. They don't know what all content they could have. It just makes too much sense not to sell it.
It creates a different customer loyalty and customer security when you explain to them why it's a better experience. Just gets them back in the door. And then the next car, they're already asking for it again. So it just keeps selling itself. It makes more sense.
Well, there you have it. You heard from our dealers. Just remember some of the best practices. Make sure you have one on display so you can demo it. Make sure you're taking advantage of our rewards program, because if you're not taking advantage of that, you're leaving even more money on the table. Make sure you got our POP up on display. And other than that, just make sure you're recommending it.
Hey, Gabe, welcome to another CMA Connected. Today, we're really talking about a category that means a lot to Orion. Of course, we're talking about pro audio, something that I know you're very passionate about. Let me ask you first, why do you think Orion has such a strong following in the pro audio category?
Well, Ben, actually, I think that has to do with us being pioneers of the pro audio industry here in US and worldwide, actually, because we did not took like the other brands, having pro audio from other brands or categories. We actually manufacture our own stuff, looking to reach that niche that people want. And people wanted some Orion actually products that perform well, perform loud and clear. So that's why we're pioneers on the pro audio industry.
Yeah, that's certainly something that I think everybody knows. Before pro audio was even a thing, I think Orion was already on that, like right from the get-go. And the other thing I want to highlight here is we do see a lot of, professional competition vehicles with pro audio with Orion.
Yes. Nowadays, actually, it's even more, worldwide, using pro audio from Orion to build their demo vehicles. I mean, it doesn't have to be a full Orion vehicle, but they use our speakers, and some of them, when you watch the inside, they're using our amplifiers, even though it's not displayed, as an Orion vehicle. They're using our brand. That's cool.
Very cool. So today we're going to jump into a lot of new product. We're talking new HCCA drivers. We're talking new XTR Pro drivers. We're even going to talk about a new XTR Pro amplifier and some HCCA tweeters as well. I know it's a lot to cover, but let's get into it. Let's start talking about these brand new HCCA Pro audio drivers.
So HCCA drivers is something that Orion was lacking of. Before, we only have like 2 drivers, which were XTR Pro. People were asking, wait, we need HCCA drivers. We need more power. We need more power. So that's what Orion is true about, power. So what we came up is with 2 HCCA drivers, which are going to be around 400 to 500 RMS, and they're going to have neodymium magnets.
Now, obviously, Gabe, if you're going to put the HCCA name on a driver, of course, we're going to be talking about maximum output. That's a lot of power that you're putting down. So talk to me a little bit about the construction or the technology that you're putting into these new HCCA Pro drivers, and what sizes are they available in?
So by the end of the throat, you'll be able to have two different sizes. One is going to be 6 inches and the other one's going to be 8 inches. And regarding the technology, we're using, remember, neodymium magnets, and the voice holes are going to be 3 and 4 inches at the beginning of the throat.
All right, so there you go, guys. Up and coming very soon, brand new HCCA Pro drivers, cool neo magnet, lots of power handling. So, guys, you want to build those big systems, definitely check out the new HCCA Pro drivers coming to you soon. Now, while we're talking about drivers, let's say HCCA might not be at your budget level, but you still want some amazing performance. And of course, we got to go to the XTR line, which is legendary. Also introducing some brand new XTR Pro drivers. And Gabe, you're going to tell us all about them.
Okay, so regarding the XTR drivers, we're going to have 3 different models. Power-wise, they're going to be from 150 up to 300 RMS. And the throat, or the end of the throat, is going to be the same as the HCCA's, 6 and 8 inches. Important thing is that this is a titanium diaphragm. So this will allow you to have higher frequencies, more power, and more clarity of the sound.
Again, some amazing value and performance as far as the XTR lineup, but I'm going to ask the questions. What kind of technologies are we going to see in this XTR line, and what kind of sizes will be available for the XTR Pro drivers?
So taking into consideration that we're going to have 3 different models on the XTR line, we chose to go with 3 sizes, which on the voice or wise, you're going to have 1.75, 2, and 3 inches. On the end of the throat, you'll be able to have 2 sizes. 2 of them will be 6 inches and the other one will be 8 inches. Remember, these are using titanium diaphragm, and the magnet material is going to be a ceramic one.
All right, so if you're just tuning in, we've covered 2 exciting new announcements, a brand new HCCA Pro driver series, as well as an XTR Pro driver series. But of course, this wouldn't be fun without a little bit of power in the conversation. XTR is also introducing a new range of full range Pro amplifiers. Gabe, what can you tell us?
Hey man, yeah, regarding the XTR Pro amplifier, this is a new line or a new series. Remember, we have in the old days the XTR huge amplifiers, and they were like, even you have to use one for speakers, one for subwoofers. Now we have a full range line, which means you can use it for any kind of speaker. So we have 2 models that are 4 channels, and the important thing about this is that they are 1 ohm capability.
Wow, did you just say these amplifiers are going to be able to be stable down to 1 ohm? Help our audience understand what that means.
So this means you'll be able to power more speakers with 1 single amplifier and have more power out of it. Remember, we have the 2 ohm speakers now. You have these amplifiers to match them. You have one amplifier that at 1 ohm can give you over 520 watts RMS per channel. So that's over 2,000 on a small amplifier.
All right, and last but not least, we're going to finish on 2 pretty darn important components to finish off a Pro audio system, and that is, of course, the high frequencies. We're talking about tweeter ranges. Now, we've selected 2 to talk about. They're top of the range in the HCCA series. They're called the 100 and the 150 NE. Gabriel, what makes these tweeters so special?
Yes, man, these tweeters are actually something new that Orion came out from. They're super shallow bullet tweeters. How they are super shallow? They're using neodymium magnets. So this is a new technology used by Orion to be able to have small tweeters like this with high power. This will be an enhancement to your car audio pro system.
First of all, just the look at them, they look really nice. I love the polished aluminum look. But let's get into some of the specifications here. What sizes are these available in? And what kind of power do I need to drive these tweeters?
So you'll be able to get this on 2 different sizes, which is going to be the 3-inch model and the 3.6 model. And regarding power-wise, you'll have 100 RMS, 150 RMS. So they're easy to power, but don't get mistaken, they're really loud.
Hey, Gabe, I really want to thank you for taking the time to come in today and talk to us about a couple cool new products. Out of all these, I'm curious, which one are you most excited about?
That's an easy one. This one. These little guys here, I've already tested them. I have taken it to the customers. They're, you know, they'll tell you these things make wonders in such a small size. So Pro Audio is not just huge speakers. You can get loud, clear sound with speakers this size. So this is actually my favorite speaker in the entire lineup.
All right. Thanks for coming in again today.
Thank you for your invitation. Always glad to talk about car audio.
And that was Orion Car Audio's Gabe Perez joining us for this session of Connected. And as he mentioned, if you're interested in finding out more specs, whether these particular products at the time of this broadcast might not be up there yet, but they will be for sure because they are coming your way, check out orioncaraudio.com. Now, my takeaway, listen, if you're into pro audio, man, take a look at Orion's selection. I love how they break it out into Cobalt, XTR, HCCA. Now they're adding to that with these pro audio series of products that are specifically made for that audience. I think the selection is fantastic. I like the good, better, best. I love the fact that they really know what the pro audio crowd is looking for. And like Gabe said, those tweeters, you know, the first ones that came out were really big and bulky, but these guys with the Neo Magnets look super sexy, super slick, and I'm sure the output is just out of this world. That's it for the CMA Connected, brought to you by SiriusXM. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.